Now, the internet is a vast and ever-expanding frontier that offers immense opportunities for learning, creativity, and connection. However, it also harbors dangers and pitfalls that are particularly treacherous for children. A retired Supreme Court Judge, Justice S.K. Dateba, is making a strong case for policymakers in the data protection space to deepen collaboration in safeguarding the online safety of children across the country. So how do we protect children online as the internet has become an inevitable space for the acquisition of knowledge and skills? Well, we'll speak with Child Online Africa, an NGO that advocates the protection of children, shortly. But first, let's bring you this report filed by Karen Obing.
The study demonstrates the importance of ensuring digital privacy of children in Ghana. As children are increasingly exploring the digital space, stakeholders in the space believe that a lot needs to be done to protect them. Speaking at the launch of the Youth People Privacy and Trust here in Accra, a retired Supreme Court Judge, Professor S.K. Dateba, called on stakeholders within the digital space to adopt a collaborative approach to ensure the protection of children.
The internet does not forgive and does not forget. So if you get your data onto the internet, that is it. It is there. And we don't want our young people to put inappropriate data about themselves onto the internet. Also, at the other end of it, inappropriate content should not be distributed to our young people.
On her part, the Executive Director of Africa Digital Rights and Hub, Teki Akwete, also assured of constant research to safeguard children's privacy.
We undertook this exercise through a series of workshops that we had with young children from different economic backgrounds in Accra, and then also worked with the school to undertake an online survey where we asked children, over 100 children, questions around what they think about their privacy online. And so this report essentially captures what the young children said about their privacy. It also captures some recommendations that they made around how their privacy should be protected.
Policymakers and decision makers have also been urged to find solutions to the concerns of young people about their online privacy in schools. An assurance of this, according to them, will generate more trust among young people.
This is a very important issue that young people face, especially since we are exposed to technology at a very young age. It has let me know that we are, as children, we are ahead, and because we grew up knowing that we are not supposed to be the ones to talk about matters that concern us. But this program has helped me know that we do matter, and issues such as this, relevant issues such as this, cyberbullying and others, and illegal use of our data should be addressed.
Karen Obing's report read to you.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more about this. We're joined via Zoom by the Executive Director for Child Online Africa, Awo Aidam Amenya. Awo, it's a pleasure to interact with you on this all-important subject. Now, I've got to say, children in Ghana are increasingly tech-savvy, exponentially more tech-savvy than their parents. Yet the expectation here is that parents, as they protect their children in real life, should also be able to protect them in the cyberspace. Is this not asking too much of a generation that really doesn't know as much as it should about computers and the internet?
Richard,
yes.
Thank you for the opportunity. And you're right to say that parents cannot compete with children when it comes to their protection or how they live online. But then if parents would just internalize things and say that, okay, much as I am protecting you offline, I could do my bit by being there for you, being the shoulder for you to lean on when you encounter an issue online, that will do us a lot of good, because communication has proven to be the best strategy in curbing some of the online infractions and dealing with them.
Now, the pitfalls are real. For those parents who are watching right now, much as we don't want to give them a heart attack, I'm sure you can give us some anecdotes of some of the real dangers that our children are facing in their use of the internet today.
Young people are confronted with issues of sextortion. A number of young people have had themselves recorded, either by themselves or by their friends or by people they're interacting with unknowingly. Because, adolescents come with all manner of things. And since COVID has pushed all of us into the space, some of the young people have connected, and they have friends who are luring them into things. And of course, they are having this boyfriend, girlfriend things going on. So in one way or the other, they find themselves recorded in their interactions via Zoom and Teams and what have you. Unfortunately, these young people do not know what to do when the time comes, either because mommy might have overreacted when they first came across something they consider them not to have anything to do with, or daddy might have done something or said something, or a device has been taken from them and they ended up getting the device from somebody whom they are not supposed to get it from. So there are so many things that contribute to young people's action and reactions online. But then from where I sit, I've always said that if we could put things in perspective for these young people, they will end up living and exhibiting the best characters we want to see online. What am I talking about? A young person may listen to music right now, and this young person might be listening to just the rhythms and the beats of the music. Mommy will listen to the same music and listen to the lyrics. When you put the two together, they are two different things. So when mommy is complaining about the young child listening to something inappropriate, the child says, oh, mommy, there's nothing wrong with this. The beat is good. The rhythm is good. So clearly, we need to situate things for young people in perspective, for them to understand that, okay, when you are in the space, these are the red flags. But that said, these are the guardrails that you can fall on when the need arises. So citizenship can help the young person become responsible citizens that we wish to see online. Compassion can help the young person become who we want to see them to be online. Most of us are young people at home. When we ask them, if I walk to your home, for instance, Coach, when I walk to your young child and I say, how old are you? He might disclose his actual age to me. But when he comes online and he says that, okay, before you access this content, you ought to be 16 and above. And he knows very well that he's not 16, but he's anxious to getting access to that information. Chances are that he or she will tell a lie and create an account just to access it. How well are we as parents in our dialogue with young people, making them understand that, okay, it's okay to desire something, but once you are not ready for it, don't force yourself into it, because these are the pitfalls that you might be faced with. So do ABC. Those are the basic things. It doesn't take a PhD for a parent to hold such kind of conversation. But most of us parents are not committed enough when it comes to these conversations. So we throw our arms in the air and say, okay, there's nothing we can do about it. There is a lot we can do about it to help and support our young people in living responsibly as far as the digital space is concerned.
Yeah, there are parents who don't want to feel helpless. For them, what would you recommend? Where do they go for the tools and resources to educate themselves on how to keep their children safer?
All right. So for parents who are willing to help their children out, there are a number of platforms, including our platform, childonlineafrica.org. You can search for us on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn. You will find a lot of helpful tips to help you kind of create a family level strategy that will help you in managing the space online, your child's interaction online, And by extension, you are protecting yourself, because clearly if your child lets out your phone number online, it's just like your child putting your phone number on a billboard. You don't want that to happen. So you want to kind of curb it before it gets out of hand. So clearly, let's be inquisitive. Let's even talk with our service providers. If you are picking a network for your child, ask them how they can help you safeguard some of the things you put out there. And it would go a long way to helping all of us safeguard the space from the negative occurrences.
Awo Amenya of Child Online Africa, I'm very grateful to you for your time with us this afternoon, and of course for the education you've shared. Well, I think that's a perfect place for us to put a bow on today's edition of The Pulse. We're back with more tomorrow. Until then, you know you have to stay with Joy News. And of course, if you want all the latest stories, go to myjoyonline.com. All of the headlines on the topics that matter to you are right there waiting. My name is Kojo Youngson. It's been a pleasure.